Hello students, welcome to coordinate geometry circle part 1. First, we'll learn about circle terminology which we already know that first this is called from center to any line to the arc is called radius. And we know line passes through center and meet the arc is called diameter. Any line other than diameter is called chord. Any line just touches the arc is called tangent, and this is the anything this is called minor arc. This is the minor arc. So what is the major arc? So this arc will be major arc. This arc will be major arc. This is called minor segment. So what is a major segment? All will be called major segment. This one any angle, this is called sector. This is sector. So this is the circle terminology. So suppose this is a circle, then any line passes through the center from here to here. This will be called diameter, and any line which is not passing through center is called chord. Half of the diameter is radius. Any line just touches the circle, it's called tangent. This is called minor segment. So this will be major segment. Any this one, this is this is called sector. So this is your what? This is sector. Any line passes through the circle is called secant. So now we'll come to the some geometry of the circle. The first is the angle subtended by a arc at center of the circle is twice the subtended by the arc at the same any point on the remaining part of the circumference. Suppose this arc is subtending alpha. So suppose this one is center is there. So this will be 2 alpha. Angle in the same segment, angle subtended by arc in the same segment of the circles are equal. So same segment, this angle and this angle will be equal. Similarly, if this segment it is done, then this will be also same. This will be alpha, this will be alpha. The angle inscribed in semicircle of right angle is 90 degree. Suppose this diameter, so this will be always 90 degree. So this is a semicircle. So we can say the circle is the locus of a triangle, vertex of a triangle which is making 90 degree with the some fixed line. So this is a fixed line. If it is making 90 degree and is this point is moving, this is it will give circle. Now come to the fourth. Opposite angle of the cyclic quadrilateral vertices all lie in the circumference of the are supplementary. Suppose this is So this angle is alpha, this angle is beta, then alpha plus beta is 180 degree. Gamma delta. Gamma plus delta will be 180 degree. Any cyclic quadrilateral. A tangent to the circle is perpendicular to the radius drawn from the point of contact. So this is the point of contact. That this will be 90 degree. This is the tangent. This is the radius. Suppose tangent here, then this will also 90 degree. Tangent length from the external point will be equal. Suppose you extend this, this is the point of, so this length and this length will be equal. So this is circle from external point. You draw a tangent here, tangent here. This length and this length will be equal. This is L, then this will also be L. Intersecting circle theorem. Intersecting chord theorem. So what is intersecting chord theorem? Suppose this chord and this chord. So this is P, this is A, and this is B. This is A dash, and this is B dash. Then P A dash into P B dash is equal to P A into P B. Second theorem. Suppose this circle is there and 2 second is there. 1 second, this is the second second. And P A, this is P, this is A P, and B dash A dash. Then P A into P B is equal to P A dash into P B dash. So suppose this tangent is there. Then what will be the tangent? T. So here only one point. So that is equal to PT square. So this is the second theorem. Now we come to the locus of circle. Either that means we will find out the equation of the circle. So how we'll find the equation of the circle? So what is circle? Circle is a equal distance locus of a point which is having equal distance from a fixed point. So suppose this is a fixed point and the distance is r. So variable point, suppose this is alpha beta, then distance r is equal to alpha minus 0 the whole square plus beta minus 0 the whole square, and this will be under root of this. So r square is equal to alpha square plus beta square. So replace alpha beta by x and by, then x square plus y square is equal to r square. This is the first formula of circle, first equation of circle. Now we know the shifting of curve. Shifting of curve is, suppose it is shifted to alpha beta. Suppose this curve is shifted to alpha beta. Beta. That means origin here. So that will be x minus alpha the whole square plus y minus beta the whole square is equal to r square. This is the second equation where alpha and beta is center and r is radius. So this is the second formula. Now come to the third formula. Third formula is, suppose this is the diameter and this is alpha beta x1 or x1 by 1 and this is x2 by 2. So so locus of this point will form a circle because this is 90 degree. That means this line is perpendicular to this line. So suppose this is alpha beta, then slope of this is y1 minus beta divided by x1 minus alpha into y2 minus beta divided by x2 minus alpha will be minus 1 because perpendicular line slopes are minus 1. So this is slope of this line and this is slope of this line. So y1 beta into y2 beta is equal to minus of x1 alpha, x1 minus alpha into x2 minus alpha. So you take this side, then x1 minus alpha into x2 minus alpha plus y2 minus y1 minus beta y2 minus beta. So now you can write in this way also, x alpha minus x1 into alpha minus x2 plus beta minus y1 beta minus y2. So x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 y minus y2 is equal to 0 equal to PC. So this is the another form of circle equation. If we know the end of the diameter, coordinate of end of the diameter, and we know the only coordinate of end of the diameter, so we can find the equation of circle like this. So now come to the general equation of 2-degree general equation. So compare it with the 2 degrees. We got if alpha beta is the center and radius is r. Then we got the equation what, x minus alpha the whole square plus y minus beta the whole square is equal to r square. So now expand it, x square minus 2x alpha plus alpha square plus y square minus 2 by beta plus beta square is equal to r square. So this one x square plus y square minus 2x alpha minus 2y beta plus alpha square plus beta square minus r square is equal to 0. So general equation of 2 degree is ax square plus by square plus 2hxy plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. So here x square is also there, y square xy is also there, g is also there, f is there. So if you compare this one and this one, so here coefficient of x square is 1 and y square is 1. So if suppose then a should be equal to b, If A should be equal to, then we can get into this form. And this also, so suppose A is equal to B. So divide by A, then A square by A square, because A is B. So put A here and divide by A. Then this will come 2h xy divided by A plus 2g f x A plus 2f by A by plus c by A is equal to 0. So here this should be 0. That means 2h by A is equal to 0. That means h is equal to 0. So the any circle, this should be the main condition. A should be equal to B. Any 2-degree general equation will be circle only when A is equal to B and h is equal to 0. So now compare this one. X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. So here 2 alpha is equal to 2g. That means alpha is equal to minus g and beta is equal to minus f, and constant term is what? Constant term is alpha square minus beta square minus itna square is equal to c square. So alpha square minus beta square minus r square is equal to c. Then r square is equal to alpha square plus beta square minus c. So r is equal to root over alpha square plus beta square minus c. So if you will have to find the center, suppose one question is given, that is 3x square plus 3y square plus 5x plus 5y plus c is equal to 0. So you have to find the radius and center. So first 3 you divide by 3, x square by y square, 5 by 3x plus 5 by 3y plus c by 3. Then center is equal to minus g. So 2gx. So center is equal to minus 5 by 6 or minus 5 by 6 here also, because 2 you have to so 2 multiply by 2 and 2 divide by 2. So 3 2 is 6, and alpha square 5 by 6 the whole square plus 5 by 6 the whole square minus c by 3. C, suppose this is 1 or half. Uh, C is a 1, say 1 by 3. Suppose this was 1. So 1 by 3. 1 by 3 under root. So this will be the radius. So if this one alpha square plus beta square minus c is less than 0, then this is imaginary. Then circle will be imaginary. So three conditions should be there. Alpha square plus beta square, that means g square f square minus c. Alpha means g square minus g the whole square, beta square minus c. So g square plus f square minus c should also be greater than 0. Then circle will be there. Otherwise circle will be imaginary. So first two condition is there. First h should be 0 and a should be equal to b. And third condition, g square plus f square should be greater than c. Then there will be circle you can make. So now come to the some geometric thing. Suppose one circle is touching here by axis. So what will be the center? So this coordinate is alpha. So coordinate of center will be what? This length is A. So center of the coordinate will be A, comma, alpha. So center of a circle having radius A and touching y-axis will be A, comma, some variable. Suppose k. K will depend upon the this y-intercept. Now, if touching x, then this will be, well, suppose this is beta. So center of this one is beta, k beta. So if it touching x-axis, then center will be k beta. What will be the k? That is x-intercept. X-intercept will be k. If touching both the axis, then center will be A, comma A, where A is radius. So center will be A, comma A. So thank you. We'll solve some problems in the next segment.